Hello guys, welcome to Rep Sports, and it has been a disappointing start for the defending champions Mohun Bagan. They got 2-0 lead, same as the Duran Cup final. But they again, succumbed to a disappointing defeat against the defending cup winners Mumbai City FC. The same thing, as they repeated the same thing that in the Duran Cup and same thing in the ISL opener. Again, their defensive weakness, is evident in this game as well. I'm joined by Boriada as well, to discuss about this match. And I will go to Boriada straight away. Boriada, your first thought on this game, taking 2-0 lead, but again, conceding late goals.
Yeah, I tweeted, if you see my tweet at halftime, I had tweeted exactly this, that Mohun Bagan has taken a 2-0 lead. This is what they had done in the Durand Cup final. Let us see ekhane ki kore, and that's what I had tweeted. And this is exactly what happened. And if you see that 89th minute goal, I mean, come on, that was a pathetic defensive error. Alberto Rodriguez goes out, Tom Alred comes in, immediately the moment comes in, there was a chance created. The whole there was a chance created. রাহুল আই থিঙ্ক তোদের কোনটা হচ্ছে তোমার ওখান থেকে
I think it's very noisy here because it's raining heavily here. Actually, that's why the noise is coming. Okay, I will mute my mic when I'm not.
Okay, no problem. So I thought it was a bad defensive play again. Alberto Rodriguez was important there. The moment he went out, the defense looked all of a sudden weak. Even before that, that first goal was also a kind of a scramble. Now you might tell me that Mohun Bagan's first goal was also an own goal and wasn't a great goal. But when you got a 2-0 lead, you convert. This is becoming a bit of a disease with Mohun Bagan. Molina has to address this. You have Dipendu played okay, so you were leading 2-0. You then concede one till the 90th minute. You are leading 5 minutes to go, only added time. That's when you concede a goal and it's 2-2. All the good work is undone. So this is becoming a serious issue, Rahul. But how do you address it? You've got to address it with this group: Tom Alred, Alberto Rodriguez, and Dipendu. From what I've seen of Dipendu, I think he's quite good. I do think he's quite good, and he's been impressive. So I think Mohun Bagan will address this. But given Mohun Bagan's record with Mumbai City FC, out of 8 matches, 1 win, today was a golden opportunity to start with a win. Mohun Bagan will feel pretty hard done by this. They will feel disappointed. They'll feel angry. If you see the reaction of Anirudh Thapa after that second goal was considered, Suhail Bhatt after that second goal was considered, they were all pretty irritated. So Mohun Bagan should have won this match, and they will go home thinking they have actually given up on 2 points. They've got one, but they've actually kept 2 points on the ground. It was a 3-pointer for them.
Absolutely, against Mumbai, a heavyweight team. Leading 2-0 easily, they could have got 3 points, and that would have been a flying start for Mohun Bagan. But they, to be honest, they squandered that chance. Again, I agree with Boriada. In defense, we are Mohun Bagan management looking at Dipendu as a replacement for Anwar Ali, and I think today he got a great opportunity. Starting in the playing 11 in the back line, and I think he lived up to the expectation. But again, he needs to be a bit matured. As I noticed at one point during the game that instead of giving a back pass to Vishal Keth, he gave a square pass to Alberto Rodriguez, and that time Alberto Rodriguez was making him understand, what should be the right thing. That's what I think, that he needs to be a bit matured, and but he has that ability, to play in wearing the Mohun Bagan t-shirt. But Mohun Bagan's heartthrob Dimi Petrados, today he was, not, that Dimi that we have seen him in the last season. Even in Durand Cup also, he was a bit silent. What about Dimi Petrados, Boriada?
Again, it is early season. Mohun Bagan, after the first few minutes when I thought Mumbai City was dominating, Mohun Bagan got it back. And even in the first part of the second half, Mohun Bagan was dominant. Some chances were created. A few missed passes from Dimi Petratos, which we don't generally see, happened today. A few missed passes here and there, and even a couple of balls where Greg Stewart passed the ball to him, even in the box, where it sort of hit his kind of knee, and the ball ricocheted and went off. He was getting a bit frustrated because he was not able to convert. But it happens with the very best of players. I'm pretty much sure that Dimi Petratos will come into his own. I'm not really worried about the Mohun Bagan half line or the forward line, because from half chances also these fellows will score. The issue is the defense. Every time you get a 2-0 lead, you don't concede two. And twice in a row it has happened. Molina will have to address it. But again, Rahul, it is early season. The first match of the season between two heavyweight teams. So while I am disappointed for Mohun Bagan's defense, I don't think there is any reason to be super critical here. It is the first match of the season against one of the best teams in Mumbai City FC, who also had a. By the way, Bipin Singh from the flanks, the two flanks, at least in the first few minutes, they looked super threatening. The balls were beautifully curled in, and the Mohun Bagan defense was not looking great. But after that, the moment Mohun Bagan got that goal, they got it together. And then that second goal, I thought the first, from the 28th minute to the 65th minute, it was Mohun Bagan's game. Mohun Bagan kind of kept possession, kept dominating. Even they played a lot of passes in the middle third. They were trying to get into the attack. Wasn't bad at all. So it's okay. I mean, but Molina will have to address the defensive lapse, and এই এক্সপেরিমেন্টেশনটা হয়তো একটা দুটো ম্যাচ উনি করবেন, তারপরে he has to settle down. He has to settle down, and he will also know his best combination. So while Mohun Bagan fans will be disappointed from 2-0 to 2-2, I think it's okay because it's the starting game of the ISL. Though there is a word of caution, you have to get your defense right.
I think, in my opinion, Naufal, he has been super sub for Mumbai in this game. Naufal, the former Gokulam Kerala winger, and today in tonight's game as well, when Peter Katsky substituted him in the second half, I think he is the game changer for Mumbai City FC. After his inception, he totally revitalized Mumbai's attack, and both the goals, in both the goals, he has the involvement. So I think Naufal's, speed through the flanks, I think it made the difference for Mumbai City FC. And as Boriada said, that Molina need to address the defensive lapse. I think not only the defensive lapse. One thing that I have noticed, Boriada, is that so far it has been 5 games for the senior side, and in every game, there has been a different playing 11. So it's the 5th game of the season, and still Molina hasn't got his fixed playing 11. So that's the first thing that I think Molina need to address and the next game is in the AFC against Rabsan. Another tough game. Tougher than tonight's game. So I think Molina need to get a fixed 11. So that players get themselves settled in the playing 11. As Thomas Chaudhary also mentioned in his comment that this year team is not balanced. What's your thoughts, Boriada, on this?
I actually think, except the defense, everything is balanced. And as long as Dipendu steps up like the way he did, and he will, from whatever I've seen of Dipendu today, I don't see him as not stepping up. I thought he was quite strong. He was quite okay. অ্যাটাকটা শুভাশিস বোসের দিক থেকে যেখান থেকে হয়েছিল প্রথম প্রথম দিকে, তারপরে if I take overall Dipendu, I don't think he's bad. So if he plays with the senior team for 4-5 games, like the one you said, he did a square pass instead of pushing it back to Vishal K. Such mistakes will be eliminated. I don't think this is going to be a bad side at all. The forward line and the midfield is absolutely fine. In fact, when Sahal Abdul Samad was introduced, Mohun Bagan should have even converted. At 2-0, they got multiple chances. They could have converted. I'm not really worried about the Mohun Bagan formation, except the defense. They need to get it right. I'm pretty sure they will. As far as Mumbai, what I liked about Mumbai is they kept trying. Even if you see, after the first goal, it is not as if Mumbai got too many openings. They got one. But, despite not getting too many openings, they were coming. They were continuously coming, especially from the flank. They kept coming, and they were cutting it inside. But that's where the final third, they were also lacking. Their finishing was lacking. The shots were weak. Couple of long rangers were tried, which went over the post, except one ricochet, which Vishal Ket somehow pushed it out for a corner. Mumbai also did not create too many penetrative opportunities. So it was a very kind of scratchy game. Not the greatest football, but maybe if you see the overall standard, I think it's a fair result because Mumbai, at least in the first few minutes of the game, put a lot of pressure. Unfortunately, against the run of play, they conceded that first goal, which was an own goal. And even the second goal, Alberto Rodriguez converted. I don't think Mumbai played badly. But once you take a 2-0 lead, from there on, Mohun Bagan doesn't win is a bit of a bad thing for Mohun Bagan. That is what they will have to get right. Again, Rahul, I am not one at the start of the season to say any. I mean, there is no reason to panic at all. What you said is very right. Molina needs to get the combination right. But maybe in the first couple of matches, he will try it out. ISL is a different ball game. This is India's highest league. They will get it right. And one needs to see what happens with Alberto Rodriguez. I hope the injury is not serious. Did not look serious. He walked away. You will obviously be able to tell me more after the press conference. But I think Molina will get it right.
Yeah, there's a problem with Alberto. Hopefully, it's just normal cramp. Not major injury, I think, or else it would be another big blow for Mohun Bagan. Already, they have faced a lot of uh, problems in the defense, and if there's any problem with Alberto, as we have also seen in the Duran final, also he limped off the ground at the half time. But again, tonight as well, hopefully, he will be fit before the next game. Uh, Today, I think we need to also talk about Mohun Bagan's attack. I think apart from Liston, I think no one else was bit energetic. Liston is the only, I think, Indian attacker playing in for Mohun Bagan in tonight's game, and apart from that, all of them are foreigners. Jason Cummings, Dimi Petrados, or neither Greg Stewart. I think no one lived up to the expectation tonight. I think they could have been better. I think they could have put more pressure on Mumbai's defense. In my opinion, I think the result could have been different. But coming to a second point of view, that is today's audience. Tonight's spectator actually. It was 41,002. So it's fantastic. I think on a weekday. What's your thoughts on this?
It was raining heavily, but despite the rain, fans turned up. I mean, you guys were telling me that it is a good crowd. About what, 18,000, 20,000 round first day?
That's also we thought, but in the screen it showed that it's 41K.
Oh wow, 41,000 on screen means it's a fantastic crowd. 41K in an European. I mean, I asked you guys at halftime, what is the crowd like? You all told me about 20, 25K. It is 41K, which is tremendous. Yes, a lot of people went back because on television, what was seen, when the rain came, the lower stands were empty. People had pushed back and gone back, which is only
Yes,
fair
yes.
because the rain was pretty heavy and the ground had also turned a bit slushy. But 41,000 is an incredibly good crowd as far as the first match is concerned. 41,000 in any European stadium, except maybe a Wembley, will be almost a full crowd. Any England stadium, any kind of Premier League stadium, it is a full crowd. So this is quite strong. I think it's a good start for the ISL. Mumbai City FC also picking up a point. Mohun Bagan picking up a point. Maybe Mohun Bagan supporters will feel 3 points what they are in the taking. Unfortunately, they were not able to take it. So, there are things. Deepak Tangri could have played a role. I think the kind of disruptive football Deepak Tangri plays, he kind of has a place in this team. I think when Molina made that final change, I think he could have just gotten when Tom Aldred went sort of came in and he got in Suhail Bhatt for the last 7-8 minutes for Jason Cummings. If he could have gotten somebody like a Deepak Tangri and solidified his defensive third and the back line, I think it could have been very good. But it's okay. First match, good start, very good start as far as the ISL is concerned with the 41,000 people.
You are spot on, Boryada. I think not only Swell, but I think instead of Anirudh Thapa, he could have brought Deepak Tangri because, as you mentioned, that he plays destructive football, and he I think he couldn't have allowed Mumbai City to build up the game from the midfield because both Anirudh Thapa and Sahal are attacking midfielder, and he brought both of them together. I think that's where I think he could have done different, bringing Deepak Tangri because I think so far Deepak Tangri has been the bench warmer for Mohun Bagan this season. Last season, I think both Antonio Lopez Havas and Igor Stimac utilized him in the best way possible. But this season, though didn't let him leave the team, but still they are not utilizing him in the best way. So I think you could have brought him. I think you should utilize him in this kind of game when you are taking early lead. So somewhere I think Molina could have did different. But again, coming back to the game, again, I'm saying tonight's win, I think would have been a big boost for Mohun Bagan, before taking on Rapshan because that's going to be a tough game. But again, somewhere do you think, Boria, that plenty of options making it difficult for Molina because in the attack, if you think Molina could put two different attacking combination and in the midfield also he has plenty of options. So that's where things are making difficult for Molina.
Yeah, that is where what you are saying that he's not yet got the final team ready is because of that, because he's got so many people. He is not starting with Sahal. He's getting Sahal there in the Duran final. He started with Sahal and replaced him with Petratos. Today he started with Petratos and then he got in the second half he changed again. I thought Ashish Rai was reasonable. Ashish Rai played a reasonably good game, couple of good attacks from that line. So Molina will get it right. I mean, I actually think Deepak Tangri especially when 15 minutes to go. When you have lost a central defender, you are getting someone in with a relatively younger Indian player in Dipendu. I would have reinforced the defense there. I would have gotten somebody who is disruptive, who is defensively strong. Rather than Suhel Bhatt, I would have got Deepak Tangri or anyone for that matter at that point in time and closed the game. শাটারটা ডাউন করে দেওয়া উচিত ছিল। ওই শাটারটা ডাউন না করে তুমি একটুখানি গ্যাপ রাখলে যেখানে ইউ লস্ট আ পয়েন্ট। বাট ঠিক আছে, মানে এই যে অনেকে বলছেন হাবাস, আরে ভাই হাবাস কি, মলিনা ইজ পেডিগ্রি ওয়াইজ হাবাসের থেকে ঢের বেশি পেডিগ্রিড কোচ। মলিনা এর আগে দুটো আইএসএল জিতিয়েছে, কিসের হাবাস, একটা খেলার বেসিসে কিসের হাবাস? আপনারা একটু একটু শান্ত থাকুন। I don't think Molina is a bad coach by any stretch of imagination, and Molina's track record, pedigree, achievements সব দিক থেকে হাবাসের থেকে বেটার। মলিনার এর আগে আইএসএল এর রেকর্ড অত্যন্ত ভালো। So we have to give Molina a chance. Just the start of the season, first match of the season, a big team. He has to get it right. He will get it right. But as far as me, I'm concerned, 41,000 is my real star tonight. 41,000 people turning up for an opening game despite the rain in Kolkata. I think ISL has gotten off to a solid start.
Absolutely. I think, there are huge expectations from this game, as Mumbai versus Mohun Bagan has recently turned into an Indian El Clasico. I think it's pretty, good turnout, I think, in perspective of this game. We'll take a few comments before wrapping up. Previous year, we got Abhishek Kauko Bond there as a destructive mid position. Absolutely. I think this year, as there is no, foreign defensive midfielder, I think there's a big void, to fill in for Mohun Bagan this year. Only they will have to rely on Apuya, and yes, Deepak Tangri is in bench. But let's talk about Mumbai a bit. Tiri, who conceded a own goal, but again, redeemed himself by scoring a goal. Tiri, former Mohun Bagan player. Borida has also followed him since long time in ISL. He has been, one of the seasoned campaigner in ISL. Borida. About Tiri. Tiri redeemed himself by scoring the goal.
Interestingly, after Tiri had when he was part of Mohun Bagan and part of Bengal, franchises in the past, Tiri had considered a defensive, a kind of own goal. And today, the fact that the first goal had a major contribution from Tiri from the Mumbai City FC thing, it sort of evened out. It sort of evened out, and you could see Tiri's reaction at the end of the second goal. That he was disappointed, he was angry, and when the second goal Mumbai City FC scored. So from Tiri's standpoint, you actually feel good because that guy has served Indian football, played Indian football at the highest level in franchises for a long, long time, has been part of ISL winning teams in the past, and there is no question that he's a top player. Even now, when he's supposedly past his prime, pretty much on the other side of 30, Rahul, look at the kind of effort he's putting in. So the fact that despite his own goal, Mumbai came back was quite good. As far as Apuya is concerned, people are asking, I'm quite averse to saying, এই যে শুভ বলছে such a waste of money. ভাই, তোমার দেশে কে আছে আমাকে এটা বলো। তোমার তো ইন্টারন্যাশনাল টিমেদের কাছে 3 গোল খাও। আপুইয়া তো তোমার দেশের বেস্ট মিডফিল্ডার। আজকের দিনে দাঁড়িয়ে তোমার দেশের বেস্ট মিডফিল্ডার। আনোয়ার আলীকে সিরিয়ার বিরুদ্ধে দেখে ছেলে খেলা করছিল। আজকে আপুইয়াকে দেখে মনে হচ্ছিল এখনো পুরো রেডি না। তুমি ভারতীয় ফুটবলের কাকে নিয়ে বলবে সেটা আমায় বলো। একটা বা দুটো প্লেয়ার যাদেরকে নিয়ে আমরা রিয়েলি ভালো বলতে পারি। ইনফ্যাক্ট আমি এইটুকু বলে শেষ করবো রাহুল, আমার দিক থেকে আইএসএল এর যে বিজ্ঞাপনটা হয়েছে, আইএসএল, it has Sunil Chhetri, it has Baichu, it has Manu Bhakar, Ravi Shastri, Jasprit Bumrah, P.R. Srijesh. So you mean to tell me that in today's ISL, Sunil Chhetri, who is a retired player for India, he is still your biggest brand. Bhaichung Bhutia, who has retired 15 years back, is your brand. You don't have a current player who you can put along with these other stalwarts from other sports. You are using Srijesh, you are using Manu, you are using Ravi, you are using all these people. Where is your brand in Indian football? And that is my worry. I really hope ISL throws up a brand. I did not see Chante. Where is Chante today, you tell me? How much impact did you see him having? Our big players, whether it is Apuya, whether it is Chante, whether it is Shubhashish, the Indian stalwarts, who came forward? That is what I want to see in the ISL.
Absolutely. The network is a bit lagging, so we will have to end shortly. But before ending, I will share, we need to point out, the new foreign players of Mumbai City FC as well, John Toral, Jeremy Manzaro, and Karelis. I think none of them, quite established themselves in the first game. I think they will take time to settle themselves in this new league. But there were huge expectations from John Toral. He's one of the most valuable player in this season. But he totally failed to mark tonight. He I think left the ground before the break. And same with Jeremy Manzaro and Karelis. None of them made a buck. But instead, Lalinjwala Changte, the poster boy of Indian football, at the recent time, I think he was one of the bright spot alongside Nofal in tonight's game as well. I think he was really making life difficult for Subhashish Bose throughout that flank.
I really want Changte to be put in that poster. Why Sunil and Bhaichu? Put Changte. Let's make a brand out of Changte, because you need
He has the ability.
current players. Make them into bigger brands. When you are putting in a Ravi Shastri, a Jasprit Bumrah, a Manu Bhakar, a PR Srijesh, a Baichung and X, put Changte, put some of the other stalwarts who can make Indian football what it is. See, for me, honestly, ultimately the national team matters. A strong ISL hopefully will give us a better national team. I want Indian players. When I'm writing a column today, I want Indian strikers. After Sunil, we still don't have an Indian striker who can score.
Not at all.
We only play foreign centre backs. Now, if you play foreign central defender or centre back and you play foreign striker, where will Indian players come from? Which ISL team is playing an Indian striker or an Indian centre back? Today, Mohun Bagan played Jitendu. Maybe East Bengal, when Anwar is eventually available, East Bengal will play Anwar. My problem is there. I really want Indians to make the IPL দেখো না রাহুল, IPL কিন্তু Indian প্লেয়াররা জেতা।
Absolutely.
The difference is ISL বিদেশিরা জেতা, IPL ইন্ডিয়ানরা জেতায়। যেদিন ISL বিদেশিরা না জিতলে ইন্ডিয়ানরা জেতাতে শুরু করবে, ইন্ডিয়ান ফুটবল ভালো জায়গায় পৌঁছে যাবে।
That clearly shows during the national team game. In ISL, it's evident that every Indian player is, bit dependent on the foreign players. They are playing as a supportive role for those foreign players, and that's when they play for the national team, it's reflects clearly that they are not in their best shape. Yes, as Boryada said, I think for that, I think our coach also need to think in a different way. They need to rely on Indian defenders and Indian strikers a lot. I think that can make a huge change for Indian football. So that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed our discussion. Small request, don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you really like this show, and also don't forget to join us for a post-match show after every ISL game of East Bengal, Mohun Bagan and
So tomorrow what time are we doing our show, Rahul?
Tomorrow 9:30 East Bengal versus
2 games.
Bengaluru, a big game. Yeah, 2 games.
Yeah.
So we'll do a wrap-up
So
show.
shall we review both games together?
Yeah, sure. The first game is also exciting, Chennai versus Odisha.
Yeah, so but obviously our focus will be more on the East Bengal game because it is a Kolkata team. Having said that, we will review both games together at 9:30, and obviously during the day we will do build-up as well. We will do live shows every ISL match at the end of the match. That is our commitment to Indian football, like we have covered every other sport. So that's absolutely something we at Rev Sports will do.
Thanks a lot, Boryada, for joining. So that's it for tonight. See you in our next show.